Do you all remember Wipeout? It is something of an iconic series, though it's been slumbering for a very long time now. We haven't gotten a new game from this series since 2012. We did get that Omega Collection, which remastered older games, but for the most part, Wipeout has kind of been in hibernation for a while, and this is a game that I personally really love. It has a special place in my heart because it was actually, Wipeout 64 was the first N64 game that my parents bought for me when we first got that console, and I've enjoyed all of the various iterations, and I've been curious to see a brand new entry for this, one where they really put a whole lot of effort into it and bring it into the modern era, and many fans have been hoping for the same thing. And this is a series that is valued for its futuristic visuals, for its electronic music, and its really fast-paced racing gameplay. It's almost like pod racing. It's a bit like F-Zero, but it's got its own flavor, and it's got Mario Kart-style item pickups that you can deploy to enhance yourself or to disrupt enemies. It's a super fun series for me personally. And when fans heard that Wipeout would be getting a new game in the form of Wipeout Rush, the initial reaction was, oh, a new Wipeout game, alright, let's check it out. And then people realized, oh, it's a mobile game, alright, maybe it'll still offer enough of that Wipeout racing experience that we all know and love, even if there will be microtransactions and gacha thrown in there because this is a mobile game. But what this game is just straight up nothing related to what the essence of Wipeout is. But first, let's check out the trailer. This is what it is. For those who have not seen this yet, it's called Wipeout Rush. It's got comic book style visuals. It does very much give off mobile game vibes, and you kind of see the gameplay here, but it's hard to tell that this isn't actually a racing game in the sense that you're in direct control of the ship. This is actually a card-based game, as we'll see later on in the synopsis of this title. You know, visually it looks alright, but this is just not the game that people wanted. This feels like an exploitation of the Wipeout name. Like, this could have maybe been a new IP if it was going to have such a different style of gameplay, or, you know, it is a spin-off, and I'm not saying spin-offs aren't allowed, but if this is what you come up with after almost a decade of no new Wipeout games, then expect that you're going to piss off fans, especially when this game really does not capture the Wipeout spirit in any way, shape, or form. Looking at the likes to dislikes ratio, you can already see the kind of reception this has gotten. Only 493 likes versus a whopping 2,000 dislikes. This isn't a trailer that's being viewed all that much because a Wipeout mobile game is not something many people care for, especially when it is not even a racing game. Right down here, you'll find comments like, you can re-upload the trailer, but you cannot delete the shame. A Wipeout with no actual race control isn't Wipeout. To whoever has the monkey's paw, please stop making wishes. Everything cool about Wipeout is missing from this game. This is a betrayal of the Belmondo ideals. This is not Wipeout. This is a betrayal to what made the series work. Is there a reason they made it a card game instead of a traditional racing game? They've massacred my boy, etc., etc. The PSP Wipeout looks better than this mobile outing. News outlet The Verge covered the announcement of Wipeout Rush, and they noted how on the official website of the developers, it reads, for fans of the series, Wipeout Rush is bringing loads of new lore through collectibles and story. Players will be able to unlock collectible cards to learn more about the ships, teams, pilots, and tracks of the Wipeout world as they progress through an engaging single-player campaign told through exciting animated comics. Wipeout Rush will include both Quick Race and Championship Cup game modes, complete with 5 different tracks, 60 iconic Wipeout ships, a wide range of familiar weapons, 12 Championship Cups, each with their own boss, and bundles of collectibles. This is a series that's synonymous with the PlayStation brand. It did come out on N64 once upon a time, but mainly it's been a PlayStation series. So Sony pretty much licensed this IP out to Rogue, the development studio, to have them make this mobile game that just visually resembles Wipeout, but the essence of it is nothing like what people would expect out of a Wipeout game. And what's really worth highlighting here is the emphasis on collectibles. You know, you'll be able to unlock collectible cards to learn more about the ships, teams, pilots, whatever. Collectibles is the emphasis here, which is what a lot of mobile games employ so that players are incentivized to purchase microtransactions and loot boxes so they can collect the items that will grant them gameplay advantages, cosmetic satisfaction, whatever it might be. In this case, collectible cards that will affect gameplay, as this is a card-based game. And no doubt there will be plenty of monetization shoved in this, making it so that through gameplay it's a lot harder to actually earn the best cards. The best way to fast track it and keep it at a reasonable pace would be by paying directly. That's always the intention with these kinds of mobile games that take a series and transform it into something that is tailored for monetization rather than tailored to what fans appreciate about that series. Here we have another descriptor on the official website. Wipeout Rush, welcome pilot, it's time to merge, upgrade, and race. Well, this is an overstatement. Race is really not what you're doing in this particular title. The adrenaline-fueled anti-gravity PlayStation classic Wipeout has been reborn as a fluid combination of merge, idle, and action game built from the ground up for mobile. Become the team manager. You're not the driver, you're the team manager, collecting all the ships and giving them the upgrades and whatever, with collectible cards to add further boosts, mid-race, whatever it is, and use your quick wits to earn and upgrade ships before you pit them in races against an all-star cast of charismatic bosses on your way to Championship Cup victory. So from what I understand, races happen automatically, you're just sort of in the background fueling them, giving them whatever enhancements you are allowed to give them through the cards and whatever other stuff you'll probably have to buy your way through if you want to progress at a reasonable pace, and then some bullet points, a fresh new spin on the classic franchise, intense marriage of merge, idle, and card collection to influence races, more than 60 iconic blah, 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 like all the features that have been listed out by the synopsis on the Verge's website. This has the exact same vibes as what EA pulled here with Command & Conquer Rivals. Remember how poorly that was received? Command & Conquer being a series that's also been dormant for a very long time. Fans have been anticipating a new game, potentially, and EA shows off a frickin' mobile game that doesn't really resemble Command & Conquer all that much, and so the trailer got downvoted to hell. When the game did launch, it wasn't received super positively, and the game actually didn't even end up doing all that well. Just because you take a well-known series and throw it into mobile doesn't guarantee that people will gravitate towards it and spend tons of money on it. Command & Conquer fans were pissed that after all this time, instead of getting a proper new game, we got this butchered version of Command & Conquer, and Wipeout fans are starting to feel something similar. Now, the developers expected the negative reaction, and so speaking to IGN, they said this: if I want that visceral, immersive, intense racing experience, I'll find it waiting on PlayStation. Sure, the older games are on PlayStation, but there has not been a new entry in forever. Maybe this mobile game would be something that people would ignore if alongside it we knew of a brand new mainline, modern-day PS5 Wipeout game that Sony and PlayStation are developing. Then maybe this would fly by with not much in the way of huge backlash. But this one hurts. It's pouring salt on wound because it's been so long, because it feels like this series has been abandoned, and its return is in the form of a card-based mobile game where you don't even drive the ships. This is not Wipeout, it's just Wipeout in name, much like how Metal Gear Survive is Metal Gear just in name. But at the same time, we're delighted that we could rethink Wipeout for mobile with some fun new play mechanics and gorgeous visuals. This isn't even like they took the core Wipeout gameplay and added some stuff on top of that to make it feel fresh. It's just an entirely different genre that does not encapsulate Wipeout. And then down here, we hope fans will come to it with an open mind because although different, we're proud to bring the Wipeout franchise back into focus with a fresh take on the formula. Saying back into focus might be a bit of an overstatement. And I'll be honest with you, it's hard to come into this with an open mind when collectibles are emphasized in this mobile game that will likely be monetized to hell and back. The one that's free to play, I might add, so they have to shove in monetization schemes. And with mobile games, they always tend to to go way over the line with that stuff. I don't suspect Wipeout Rush will be anything less, and it's a damn shame that the iconic Wipeout name is being used for this crappy endeavor. Maybe there is a new Wipeout in the works at PlayStation and Sony. Maybe they just haven't announced it yet. I hope that's the case. That'll help alleviate the sting of this announcement. But if not, this is straight up just an EA Command and Conquer rivals situation. This is just the wrong direction for a series like this. Stop taking these names that have a legacy behind them and shoehorning them into games that are not representative of it, shoehorning them into what are essentially monetization, money-milking machines. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is everything you need to know about the Wipeout Rush announcement that's pissed off fans, that's dismayed fans. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are on all of this. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.